Hi everyone. In this video, we'll talk about extracellular matrix and see what are the components of the extracellular matrix and what are the functions of extracellular matrix in terms of providing structural support and whether they do have any signaling role or communication role as well. So before starting extracellular matrix, we should understand a house cannot be built on a soft ground, right? It needs a strong basement upon which the structures could be assembled and a house could be built. If this basement structure is not there, there is a possibility that the house would collapse. Similarly, in case of a tissue, for example, taking an example of epithelial tissue, the epithelial cell layer cannot float around. It has to be on top of a basement, and that basement is basal lamina. Along with basal lamina, there are several proteinaceous peptidoglycan and other molecular glycosaminoglycan, etc., other molecular component which makes the total basement concrete. And as a result, this whole epithelial layer could be supported on top of this extracellular matrix component. So in this video, we would talk about the overall composition of the extracellular matrix and the basal lamina. So here is a zoomed view. You can see the basal lamina is composed of several fibrous materials, and this basal lamina has specific structures which are connecting the cell to the basal lamina. So we will see all of these components one by one. First, we talk about integrins. Integrins are small proteinaceous components that a cell has in its basolateral side, mostly in the basal side. In the basal side, the integrin is composed of two functional subunits, an alpha integrin and a beta integrin subunit. When the alpha and beta integrin forms dimer, they are active. Now, the alpha integrin and beta integrin composition has two states. One, inactive state, where they are interacting with some adapters like chaperone, and active state, whether they are interacting adapters like tallin, vinculin, etc. We would look at what is the functional role of integrin in terms of providing structural support or functionality of the integrin. So integrin can interact with several structural adapter molecules. These adapter molecules are either vinculin or tallin. Here, tallin is shown in pink and vinculin is shown in blue. All these adapter molecules help to connect the integrin's cytoplasmic domain to the cell's actin cytoskeleton network. And on the other hand side, the head domain of the integrin is connected to the ECM components, that means extracellular matrix component. Mainly, integrin connects with collagen fibers. After integrin, we should talk about laminin. Laminin is a huge coil protein structure, and it has three big domains. So it has beta, alpha, and gamma domain. Before we move on to functionality of each domain and what it interacts with, we should know that the laminins belongs to glycoprotein family, and they are almost present in every organism. So next question is, where does laminin come from? It turns out the cells, the epithelial cells, and many other cells secrete laminin to be a component of the extracellular matrix. Laminin is also vital for maintenance and survival of several tissues. For example, a defective laminin can cause several muscular dystrophy and problems in the myoblast. Laminin has three broad domains: alpha, beta, and gamma. The alpha domain helps to interact with the integrins, whereas beta and gamma domain are helping in self-assembly process. The coil domain, the end of the coil domain, is actually, it can interact with integrins, parlecans, and dystroglycans. All these interaction would ensure a laminin network would be formed. Apart from laminin, there is another important structure which is known as T4 collagen. Now, T4 collagen are initially monomers, but they can form trimer among themselves, and these trimers form the meshwork on which can be further connected with the laminin lattice. Now, the question is, we talked about collagen meshwork and a laminin lattice, but the question is, who is connecting laminin and collagen together? How these two meshworks are connected? So it turns out there are several cementing molecules which works like cement, like parlecan and nidogen, which connects these two meshworks. So parlecan and nidogen connect the collagen 4 to laminin. And remember, in laminin, we have several nidogen and parlecan interaction domains. And also in case of collagen, there are several domains which interacts with these connective molecules. So all these interactions make the extracellular matrix an extremely complicated structure. Due to this repetitive meshwork and a strong lattice-like structure, it gives a solid base on top of which epithelial cell layer can build up. Not only they are important for a structural role, it turns out that epithelial cells receive several proliferative and important signal from the extracellular matrix. So this brings us to the question of what is the function of extracellular matrix. Before going to that, I'll stop here in this video and you have to watch the part 2 in order to know this question. I hope you enjoyed my video. If you like my video, give it a quick thumbs up. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And don't forget to watch the second part of this video for a complete knowledge. Thank you.